Welcome back to Capitol Review. I'm Mark Hall. Many supporters say President Trump needs to tighten his focus on the economy and those kitchen table issues to get back on track with his America First agenda, the midterms coming up, and Democrats plan to say that he didn't keep his campaign promises, and the Republican-controlled Congress stood shoulder to shoulder with him. Joining us now is Colin Reed, a Republican political strategist, and he's also a partner with D.C.-based South and Hill. Colin, welcome back to Capitol Review.
Happy Super Bowl weekend, Mark.
Hey, we're glad to have you. Happy Super Bowl weekend to you as well. As you know, Colin, tax season is underway. How can tax season help President Trump?
Yeah, it's cold out there right now, Mark. There's ice and there's snow everywhere. But tax season is coming, and people are going to start seeing higher returns and lower rates and more money in their pockets. And that's a really important thing. That's something that happened last year because of legislation that passed in Capitol Hill behind me. And it's one thing that the people of members of Congress and the president need to communicate about, because people forget inflation a few years ago was at 9%. It's now down closer to 3%. And there's still work to be done, but a lot's happened in a short amount of time. And that's a very important message to sell.
How else can the president establish economic confidence?
Well, the first few weeks of 2026 have really been dominated by foreign affairs. You've got the situation in Iran. You've got what's going on in Venezuela, potential peace deal between Ukraine and Russia, and then, of course, the situation in Minnesota. But lost amid all that has been very little focus on the economy. And we know after poll after poll after poll that that's where voters want the country, their leaders to focus on, and that's what they care most about, because it's the most real, discernible thing they feel in their lives day in and day out.
Let's talk about how the president, we all, Colin, have those kitchen table discussions. How can the president really address the affordability issues that people are talking about on a daily basis?
Well, gas prices right now are down from $5 a couple of years ago to under $3, and that's great. And there's a lot more work to be done there, and there's still more ground to be made up. But that didn't happen by accident. It didn't happen overnight. It happened because of a policy shift away from the previous administrations, who was focused on all these green technologies and the green priorities, and then back to this current administration, who's focused more on producing more American energy. And that's an important message to communicate to people, because it's one of the first things people feel, Mark, when they leave their house. Gasoline's at $4 or $5 a gallon, which, by the way, it still is in California due to some of their crazy policies. That's the one thing that people immediately start feeling as it burns through their pocket, is you need gas to get anywhere in this world.
Quickly, Colin, midterms coming up. How should the president and the administration, and also the Republican-controlled House and Senate, gain some momentum?
Well, look, this midterm is going to be tough for the Republicans. They know it. History shows it, that the midterm of the president's year is always tough. The president's numbers right now, not where they need to be. The good news is for the Republicans, there's time to bring them up, but that only happens by communicating clearly about not only what they've done, but what they're going to do to make life a little easier and more affordable for the American people.
Colin Reed, thank you so very much for joining us.